What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mind Something. If you're new here, my name is Jake, and in today's video we have some breaking Kaspa news that I cannot wait to share with you. But before we get into the content, you know the drill. Hit the like button and a quick word from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by Crypto Miner Bros, providing you with the latest brand of miners from Bitmain to Jasminer to Ice River and more. Crypto Miner Bros has just about every ASIC you desire at the most competitive pricing, and the price you see on the website is the price delivered to your door. Crypto Miner Bros comes highly recommended from some of the most recognizable leaders in the space because of their commitment to providing the best service and support in the industry. Check out their site and be sure to use code MINDSOME for an extra $70 off on your next order. So if you've been into Kaspa for a long time, you know it has been a significant struggle to try and get listed on tier 1 exchanges such as Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, and alike. So much so, in fact, that the community has just been on a tear trying to find an explanation as to why these exchanges are not listing Kaspa. And I think the speculation is pretty accurate, and you're probably already familiar with the excuses being given. But Kaspa is a fair launch project. It does not have any VCs. It does not have any ties to any of these centralized major exchanges. And for that reason, getting listed on these exchanges presents a lot of challenges. And recently, in an effort to try and get an explanation out of Coinbase, or Brian Armstrong specifically, the Kaspa Industrial Initiative, or Kaspa has sent an open letter to Coinbase requesting for transparency and fair listing practices from them. I'm going to go ahead and read this whole thing to you. It's pretty lengthy. Most of you have probably heard this, so of course you can fast forward through this part. But I think it's a very eloquent letter to Brian Armstrong, and it may shed some light on some of the shenanigans that have been going on. So as a foundation dedicated to promoting Kaspa, the Kaspa Industrial Initiative, or KAI, is writing this open letter to respectfully request clarification regarding the status of Kaspa's application for listing on the Coinbase platform. This letter also serves to inform the Kaspa community of our ongoing efforts to address the broader concerns in the cryptocurrency space about fair listing practices and transparency. We acknowledge Mr. Armstrong's November 2nd, 2024 tweet claiming free listings. However, this contradicts public reports of substantial listing fees, raising serious questions about potential material misrepresentations under the securities law. This lack of transparency erodes trust and necessitates a clear and forthright response from Coinbase. Despite Kaspa's repeated attempts to engage with Coinbase, no response has been received to date. The timeline of the attempts includes October 7, 2022, initial introduction of Kaspa and correspondence with Francisco Esqueda at Coinbase, October 11, 2022, Coinbase Asset Hub questions submitted, January 8, 2023, formal application submitted via Asset Hub, and date approximately 1 month ago, resubmission of a revised application. And by the way, somebody has pointed out that these application questions certainly are not geared towards inclusion of projects that are fair launched and don't necessarily have a CEO or a CFO. And really makes you question the motive and the tactics in which Coinbase is listing coins. Mr. Armstrong's public call for applications and invitation to drop us a note, even after our initially fruitless request, encourages the Kaspa community and us to reiterate our request for a Kaspa listing. We strongly suggest that Coinbase evolves its Asset Hub process to be genuinely inclusive of all legitimate cryptocurrency projects, regardless of their organizational structure. Currently, the requirement for information inherently unavailable to truly decentralized projects like Kaspa and indeed Bitcoin itself creates an uneven playing field and undermines the core principles of decentralized cryptocurrency. This structure risks inadvertently favoring venture capital-backed initiatives, potentially stifling innovation, limiting consumer choice, and raising legitimate antitrust concerns. We urge Coinbase to take proactive steps to address this systemic issue and create a more equitable listing process that reflects the diverse and innovative landscape of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Kaspa is a prominent cryptocurrency. It's a top 30. Kaspa consistently ranks among the top cryptocurrencies by market cap. High transaction volume. Kaspa demonstrates impressive transaction throughput, showcasing its practical utility. The KRC20 standard and the recent launch of KRC20 expands the Kaspa ecosystem and fosters further innovation with many innovative projects launching on it. And BlockDAG technology, this unique technology, offers significant advantages in scalability and efficiency compared to traditional blockchain architectures. Kai firmly believes that a Kaspa listing would significantly benefit the Kaspa community and the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem by providing greater access to this promising technology. Kaspa, with its unique BlockDAG architecture, offers compelling advantages. It consistently achieves extremely high transactional volumes, significantly outperforming many established proof-of-work cryptocurrencies. Its robust and active community of over 400,000 members across various platforms demonstrates organic growth and fervent support, vital indicators of a project's long-term viability. In the interest of clarity and fair practice, we respectfully request the following from Coinbase, including a formal meeting to discuss these critical issues. Number 1, an application status, a detailed and transparent update on Kaspa's application addressing the reasons for the extended silence and acknowledging the documented communication attempts. Number 2, listing process transparency, a comprehensive explanation of Coinbase's listing, review process, timelines, criteria, and direct address of community concerns regarding listing fees discrepancies, and the discriminatory nature of the Asset Hub requirements for decentralized projects. Number 3, specific concerns regarding Kaspa. If any specific concern prevents Kaspa's listing, they must be clearly articulated to enable the Kaspa community to address them. And number 4, listing criteria. A complete and detailed explanation of all listing criteria employed by Coinbase is required to ensure transparency, trust, and fairness. Kai and the Kaspa community are committed to building a transparent and trustworthy ecosystem for decentralized projects. We look forward to the constructive response from Coinbase and meeting to address these critical issues. Listing Kaspa represents a mutually beneficial opportunity for both Coinbase and the Kaspa community, driving increased trading volume and expanding access to a thriving and innovative ecosystem. Now, this is a very eloquently put request for more information from the Coinbase team. However, I highly doubt that we will see a detailed or a sincere reply from Brian Armstrong or anyone at the Coinbase team. And just to highlight some of the shady business practices that we see from centralized exchanges such as Coinbase was the launch of a Leo on the date of mainnet. And of course, it all makes sense when you look at who the CEO of a Leo is, which is Alex Pruden, who worked for Coinbase from June of 2018 through September of 2018, where he established many contacts within the organization and secured lots of venture capital. But nevertheless, and the purpose of today's video is to announce Kraken has given a date for the official listing of Kaspa, which is November 19th of this year. So approximately 5 days from the recording of this video. And wouldn't you know, with the announcement, we have about a 17% pump within the last couple of hours based on the news. But if you look at what's been going on with the price of Kaspa since with the initial failed launch of KRC20, which was back at the end of June, early July, the price has just been heading in the wrong direction. Now, there are a couple of reasons, in my opinion, we've seen downward action for the price of Kaspa. One of those being the failed launch of KRC20 initially, and the other being speculators trading their Kaspa for Kaspa meme coins. But in my opinion, not all this downward pressure is organic, and I want to point something out to you while we're on the subject of shady business practices from centralized exchanges, and that is to highlight what's been going on at MEXC. There is a Twitter user out there by the name of MEXC Kaz who is highlighting what he considers to be price manipulation by MEXC. In this post, he says, "Blink and you'll miss it. This video shows millions of Kaspa being dumped at market during strategic moments when there's a lot of buy pressure, i.e. when the price should be going up." We also have some screenshots showing the plus 2% depth and the negative 2% depth being highly uneven. So essentially what's going on here is we have almost 10x the volume required to increase the price by 2%. And wouldn't you know, this happens just a couple of days before the announcement of the Kraken exchange listing. But here's where I think MEXC is messing up. I don't think this is the only coin that they do this to, but they forgot about something, and that is 87% of Kaspa will be in circulation by January of this coming year. selling pressure was a lot greater in the early days, and that did not slow Kaspa's price down. Now, with so little coming into circulation through mining, the amount of selling pressure and the current price do not align. So again, in my opinion, this is not organic price action on Kaspa that we're seeing. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the price chart of Kaspa. We are looking at TradingView's Kaspa USDT pair. We're looking at the daily time frame. This is BBWP, which represents volatility, and this is the RSI, or the relative strength index. Now you can see the volatility has been heading up for a significant amount of time here, and our relative strength index is starting to pick up. So things are going back in the right direction for Kaspa. But if we take a look at the Kaspa to Bitcoin chart, you can see clearly that it does look like it's going to continue the downtrend, but perhaps we are turning the page now. Maybe with this US Tier 1 listing with Kraken, it is going to put enough pressure on some of the other exchanges such as Coinbase or Binance to go ahead and list Kaspa. Now, personally, I wouldn't look for that to happen until we get to the euphoric stage of this market cycle. But here's to hoping that I'm wrong. I don't know if many of my viewers are traders, but if you are interested in trading Kaspa, there are a few different exchanges out there that you can use, such as Uphold and Pinex. Now, I'm currently using Pinex right now because they have trading bots, and I currently have a grid trading bot going on Kaspa. If you want to copy this trade, I'm going to leave a link to this down in the description below. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit that like button. It really does help the channel. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing that so that you can see me on the next one.